What up, world? You on the mic with Mike, Mr. Mike. And this is Keep That Chair Spinning. Let's get it. Welcome back, good people. As I said, this is Keep That Chair Spinning. I am your man, Mr. Mike. And what we have is simply a podcast that is geared to some of the barbers that are just getting ready to come out of barber school, maybe fresh out of barber school, or even some of those barbers that have been in the industry for quite a few years and just have found themselves stagnant. This is a great time to be at that time. Hopefully this is something that can catch you right in the middle of this little funk that you may find yourself in, because right now at this time what we have is back to school. That is what we're going to cover today. Let me tell you about back to school. Back to school is literally one of the better times of the year that you can wish for. Hopefully you're not one of them barbers that feel like you're too good. You're better than cutting kids' cuts, because let me tell you, cutting kids' cuts is how you build your career. When you think about kids, you have to truly break it down. I come from a sports family. I got two older brothers. We all played sports. We were in the yard playing sports with cousins, out of town cousins, friends, neighbors. When you think about one kid, they have per team, they have 10 kids on their team, or maybe they make the 10th person. When you think football, they got close to 20. So when you think about that one kid that you're cutting, that's opening up the door to possibly bring 10 more customers to you. So don't get caught up in some of these Instagram, social media barbers that feel like you're above cutting kids, because when you're trying to make it, you honestly need to try and cut any and everything that you can make, because one customer can bring you at least 5. Just think about that. One customer, no matter if it's $20 a cut, $25 a cut, $30 a cut. Because again, a lot of y'all think that back to school means that you're dealing with nothing but kids. Some little snotty-nosed kid that's running around, won't sit still. No, that's not the case. You're also dealing with some high schoolers. They're getting ready to go back to school too. They're out of the range of the kids' cut. They're also asking for these old crazy cuts, and you can put that tax on them. Who doesn't love the tax? You're also dealing with some kids that are going back to college. Clearly, not a kid. They're not some little snot-nosed kid that's gonna be moving in your chair the whole time. They may be a little indecisive when they're telling you what they want, but you're dealing with some older, mature kids. They're going back to school, so it's still a kid's cut. You just need to be mindful in that. Just understand that when you hear back to school, that you're not just dealing with little rugrats, man. You're dealing with some older kids as well, that they're looking for a barbershop. Again, their buddy told them about you, whether you finessed them, or you just gave them the best cut for real, or you gave them a deal like, hey, bring me 1 or 2 friends back, and I got you. I'll take a little bit off that cut the next time. But this is a prime time for you to build up your clientele. Back to school cuts, for me, it rates up there with the holiday cuts, because you're going to find many people, many parents, many kids that are roam in. They took too much time, or they waited until the last minute, should I say, trying to book that haircut for back to school. They let time get away from them. Again, with parents, back to the sports parents, they got 2 or 3 kids. They're all in sports. This one has to be on this side of town, or this one has to be on that side of town. It's football season, so football practices have already started. They looked up, it's 3 days before school, and they forgot to book an appointment. Their barber, he's being stiff, she's being stiff, she ain't got no wiggle room for him. Okay, well look, my kid needs a cut. I'm going to find that barbershop that I've been passing by for the past couple months. I'm gonna go check them out. I can walk in, I can see what's up. Boom, that's your time to shine. It's a crazy time, so you're gonna get a massive amount of walk-ins. Be vocal, let them know, hey, ma'am, sir, big man, just hold up, tell your mom, tell your dad, whoever, I got you. I got a couple people ahead of you, but I promise I got you. I'll get to you. This is grind time. This is a fine time to add to your clientele list, to put some change in your pocket. It works almost even better than the holidays because I said there's just so much chaos that's going on in the parents' lives right now with the tax-free weekend. Y'all stay away from that. Be ready, because even on that tax-free weekend, you're gonna have a lot of clients that are gonna be coming in. They'll be roaming around. They were doing their shopping all day, and they are trying to get ahead of the schedule. So be ready for that too. But those that just still fail to realize that, my goodness, the first day of school is right here, I need to get my baby's haircut, they're coming in. So just pack your patience, pack a lunch. Don't be scared to tell a shop full of customers that you still need to grab a bite to eat. One of the things we used to call it back in my other shop was the stand-up food. It's not that cool to do, but if you do need to have a bite to eat that you can just turn around and kind of wipe your hands off or whatever the case may be and pick up a sandwich and take a bite, I mean, keep that in mind. But if it's something that you need to go wash your hands real quick, run to the back, take 2-3 big bites and come on back to the grind, then think about that as well. But you still need to take care of yourself during this time, because it is crunch time. There is going to be a shop full of kids and adults that are looking at you, and they want to get their haircut and they want to get home too, because there is still a long list of things that they need to take care of. But you also need to put your health first. This is definitely something that took me quite a few years, because I was trying to chase the grind and trying to build that clientele up, and it did work for me. But my body took some beatings as well, from the feet to the stomach. So try to make sure that you do still pack you a good lunch, and you take some time to grab a bite to eat, even if it's just running to the restroom or grabbing yourself some water. You definitely want to stay hydrated during this time as well. It's still summertime. This is some of the hottest times of the year as we get into that mid-August and mid to late August and early September time. But keep yourself hydrated. I promise they're coming. But this is some of the better times to like thrive for, man. Like I honestly, you see the smile. Like, I love this, man. Like, this is a good time for me. So one of the things that I do when it comes to back to school, this is where it kind of comes down to you. You need to understand your county, your city, your district that you're working in. Take it upon yourself. Your shop owner, again, they can't always put people in your chair. Sometimes it honestly does take you to get yourself out there, put yourself out there. Like we said way back in the first episode, get yourself some business cards. When you're walking around, when you're at the grocery store, when you're at the pet store, whatever, you see a messed up haircut, you see a decent haircut. Hey man, I like that. They did good. I'm not knocking them. But if you ever got a chance, or they're too busy, back to school, here's my card, here's my information. Come by and check me out. I'm literally a half a mile down the corner. Just come check me out. Like, that's what this builds up for, because again, when they do think and they look and their barber's booked up, oh man, I forgot, Mr. Mike did give me a card. That dude at the store gave me a card. Oh, here's the information. I'm gonna go check him out. It simply works like that, I promise. But just keep that in mind, because you're promoting yourself. Like, you need to get yourself out there. So at a time like back to school, you want to think about what I used to do and still do. I text some people today to kind of put back on their mind. Normally about 4 weeks out or even 5 weeks out, when those customers are coming in, I'm like, hey, it's getting ready to get back to school. You want to make sure you want to get on the books. If it's pencil and pad, like like the old school, write them down. You can send them a text so they can physically see it as a reminder. And then 3 weeks out, remind them again with another text. But if it's your actual booking link that you have, you plug it in right then and there. That way they have it. And if you still want to send them a text 2 or 3 weeks out, that's cool too, because they appreciate that. Again, it's a busy time for them. They got a lot of stuff going on as is. So, the haircut may be the last thing on their mind, sad to say, but it is true. So, just knowing your county, knowing your district, pull it up. You can Google whatever ISD pull up what time they're going back to school, and you know, start planning for that. Again, if you're 4 or 5 weeks out, that's normally when I start trying to send a couple messages out, especially if I have their number. I will text, hey, if you do know what time you're going back to school, let me know ASAP so I can get you on the books and we're not running around crazy. Man, they'll love that. You know, they appreciate it, and their response is very grateful. Man, thank you. I definitely wasn't thinking about it. Can we jump on this day, that day? And of course, you know, with most straight hair clients, they don't like to get as close to the school day. They like for it to grow back. It's a little more for the coarse hair clients that they like to get as close to the day as possible. So, I mean, work it out. Talk to them, especially if you got some downtime again. Summers, as you know, or may not know, but you will see, summertime gets slow. So you're going to have some downtime, but this is your time to start building up your work ethics and, you know, starting to prep for back to school, because once school gets back going, everybody gets back on a regular schedule again. It's football season, so you know you got those that play on the Tuesdays or the Thursdays or the Friday nights. So Friday night lights, we know that's big in Texas. So everybody, they plan around Friday nights. So the regular week schedule gets back busy. Saturdays, you know, after film, you know, the football jocks come back in after that. So summertime does get slow. That's understandable, but this is what we're working on now. With this time, this 4 or 5 weeks out before school, start reaching out to your clients. You know, text them. If you have, you know, the college kid, the high school kid, you got their number, text them directly. If you got the parents' number, text them and work that out. But, you know, just start reaching out. You want to be open to them. You want to, again, try to respond in a timely manner and get them on the books and just confirm it. You know, repeat the date and time, and you want to be as thorough as possible. You also want to try to leave yourself room for before hours and after hours. Again, this is basically a holiday season. Many people will be trying to come. This is a great time to build your clientele. So leave yourself some wiggle room. If you got to check in with your owner, you know, see if you can work early or late. If you know that they're working early or late, ask, can I tag along? Because this is a perfect grind time. This is that time to build up your clientele. So make sure you ain't out clubbing all night. You know, come in early, be ready, prep yourself, because I promise this is a great time. You're gonna have so many different walk-ins. You know, what a lot of people fail to realize, barbers fail to realize, is straight hair clients, for sure, they skip the summer on getting haircuts because they just will. They'll go shaggy. They don't really care. Parents don't really care like where they're going outside of vacation. And you know, that's another thing that a lot of barbers fail to realize. The summers end up getting slow because of 2 months of vacation. Not everybody takes a vacation at the same time. So you'll have some that will take a vacation in June and just take the rest of July off, or vice versa. You know, they'll take June off and only come get a haircut for that July vacation. So the summers do slow down. They do vary. They do fluctuate. That's something to just keep in mind, and it's cool. Again, it's part of the game. You're gonna see it no matter how long you've been cutting hair. The best of the best come up with a slow day. They'll have 30 minutes of downtime. But again, what do you do with your downtime? You promote yourself. You take a video. You reach back out to your clients that you hadn't seen in a couple weeks. You get back in front of them. You get back in front of the camera, whether it's, you know, making a video or taking a couple pictures of your haircuts. Do some work while you're in this downtime. But I promise, back to school is prime time. It's time to get on the grind and put yourself out there. Reach out to your customers. Book them. You know, physically go in and book it for them, because again, they're busy. They already have a lot of stuff going on. They're trying to get the kids registered. They're trying to find out where their homeschool is going to be, when classes start back up, meet the teacher, all that good parenting stuff. You are the barber. You need to make sure that them customers get in the chair and that you're able to cut their hair for back to school. So this is a good time for you to just grind it out, reach out to your customers. Again, if you are 5 and 6 weeks out from going back to school, put it on their mind now. Hey, we're 6 weeks out. Do you want to get back on the schedule? Do you know when they go back to school? If not, go home, find that out, and text me, call me, and let's get them on the books. Again, knowing your county, knowing your district, if you pulled it up yourself, let them know, hey, I see that y'all go back to school the 23rd. Is that correct? Okay, well, when would you like to get in? I'm available from such and such. Like, I have these time slots available. Do any of these time slots work for you? Again, they appreciate that. So you got to get down and dirty right now. This is back to school. This is a time to book new clients. This is a time for you to build up your clientele. Don't just hear back to school and think that it's the snotty nosed kids, because that's not all that it is. I promise. You're gonna have your college kids, you're gonna have your high school kids, and again, work something out. Tell them, hey man, bring me a couple more of your homeboys. I'll take care of them. You bring them, I'll take care of you. And even still, you're gonna have your regular customers, the actual adults that are trying to get to work. So, find your time. Again, pack your patience, pack your lunch, but just be ready, and be mindful, and be attentive, be assertive, like grind, be thoughtful. You have to work all the kinks out, and again, latch on to your owner. Most of these owners, they've been at it for a while. They've been grinding it out. They know how it goes. Kind of peep the game, man. Talk to them. Ask them a couple questions, like, what do you think I should do? Like, the owners were open, man. Like, we love the conversation. We want to see somebody that's hungry. That's one of the main things for me. Like, I want to see somebody that's hungry. I can't help you if I don't know that you need the help. So go latch on, go pull them to the side, peep the game, ask them a couple questions while they're working, man, and just latch on, man. This is a great time. Back to school. I love it. I thrive for it. Again, I've already been in the books. I've been on it. I've been working and reaching out to some customers. Again, some of these customers haven't had a haircut in 2 or 3 months. So be ready. That's why it's good to book them early on. If you know you hadn't seen them in 4 to 5 weeks, you can block off some extra time, because they're coming in with a head full of hair, or they're coming in with their other brother that you hadn't seen in 6 months, whatever the case may be. That's why it's good to go ahead and book them early. You can block that allotted time that you need to, and then you can just work it out after that. Again, if you want to block some extra time for a couple of walk-ins, because I promise the walk-ins they're coming. And this is the time where you'll see those walk-ins that normally throughout the year, they don't want to wait an hour or two. But this time, back to school, oh, they waiting. They waiting. They ain't got nothing to do. They going to buy up all your chips and your sodas and your waters that you're selling, your fruit snacks, your Zoom Zooms and your Wham Whams. They're going to buy it because little Timmy over here needs a haircut for back to school, and I can't have him going back like that. So they're going to be waiting, and I guarantee you're going to have those that are going to come right there about an hour or two before closing, and they don't care. Like, they want a haircut. So grind it out, get yourself some rest, stay up at the club, and just get to it, man. It's back to school. It's a beautiful time, man. It's an awesome time to build up your clientele. Again, I love it almost more than holiday time. Holiday times, we'll discuss that at another time, but it is a good time to build up your clientele as well. But back to school, for me, is where it's at. So get on it, man. If you have your customers' numbers, reach out to them. If you're still a couple weeks out before back to school, talk to them right now. Talk to them as they're leaving. Let them know, hey, aren't your kids getting ready to go back? Dude, would you like to get back on the books? Look, I think we should go ahead and put it down now before, help them, lead them, coach them, because they need that. Again, they have so much going on in their lives already. So just help them out. Tell them, be a little strong-handed with it, and let them know, look, I can get you in at 10. Let's go ahead and put it down. Put it in your phone. I'm going to put it in my phone. Work them out. But again, it's back to school, man. It's a prime time. Let's go get it, barbers. This is it, man. Build up your time, build up your clientele. As always, I appreciate it, man. I am your man, Mr. Mike. Holla. Keep that chair spinning. One.